That's that one. And they're also fighting Yarkand. Yarkand has turned upon Ming, so this is a huge player coalition, actually. Oh, and there's a player war.
So, Mordred, that was Clump leaving for his meeting, so I'm just going to continue as saved, right?
Yep, that's fine. Denmark's at war with Arabia. Who is Arabia fighting? Arabia is fighting against Denmark, France, the Netherlands, Liège. I wonder if Arabia saw the Danish privateers and was like, no. Who declared it? This is the Arabian-Danish War. Arabia did indeed declare war on Denmark over the privateers. What are you expecting to do here? Oh. Are they rehosting? So we have Arabia versus the Netherlands, Japan, and Denmark. It's going to be a quiet game. Nope! Can I teach while playing or just let you know what I'm doing right now? Bababok, I can't because I'm not actually playing, I'm just commentating. So this is a multiplayer game, so all of these nations are played by other players. And I'm just kind of sitting on top saying, okay, these guys are doing this, these guys are doing that. If you want more player or tutorial-y stuff, I do have a bunch of videos of Europa Universalis over on YouTube. So basically check out any of them which are not called a Commentator game, of which there's only actually one series. So basically any of the other EU4 games is me going through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and it's all me talking about my actions. Let me just have a word with Helson.
And the server's back up.
Okay, I was about to say. Cool. So that was a rehost. Didn't think we really needed to rehost when one player leaves, but it's fine. Did Arabia declare without CB? No, I think you do get a CB if someone's privateering you. We can double check that though. And Spicy the McHaggis, thank you very much for the follow. Great name, great name. Welcome to the channel. It's not Raided Coast. Raided Coast is for pirating. There's a different one for privateering. It's a different criminal activity. But when the game loads up, we can go into the wars overview and it will tell us what kind of war it is. In fact, it might just tell us if we click on the war itself. So what do we think is going to happen in that? Because Arabia can't really target anyone except for Crete. And depending on what the CB... Hello.
Hey Mordred, did you like that?
I really liked that. I was actually saying in chat, like, the only thing that... Oh, Arabia's main weakness is their economy, and Helson has no real way of going after the economy, and then you contracted Denmark to pirate them. That was good.
He's losing he lost 100 ducats a month from it.
Yep, that was a really, really smart move, I have to say. Classic multiplayer. Nice.
So, yeah, hopefully it'll be back up shortly. That was my fault, because I went to hit continue and accidentally was listening to Val and go and chat and it quit.
Oh. Right, let me just rejoin. Let me get that password right. There's no S in it. Okay, we're back in. We'll just need to load in again. So everything is kicking off now. And one other thing I was going to say, actually, before that war started, I was going to mention to Val, is he should have gone to Portugal or Andalusia and say, hey, if you pay me 20 ducats in subsidies, I'll stop privateering you, even though you've already got a contract with Helson to privateer somebody else. Because that way you're basically receiving protection money from someone that you're going after, while also going after somebody else. how the world has changed. What year are we in? Are we in the 1700s yet? Might be. It's probably late 1600s or early 17s. $1640. Haha. Thank you. Do 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 do. Loading, loading, loading. Need to get the hamster running faster again. Load faster. Except we have to wait for all of the players. This probably is going to take about 5 minutes. So if you need to take a break, now would be your opportunity. Because we'll be going again as soon as we possibly can. But we do need to make sure all the players are in the game. And I think that's actually more difficult to achieve at this point, because all the players are in their own chat channels. Jeopardy theme intensifiers. So what other chat channels we've got? We've got the general chat with 3 people in it. We have the knights with 4. We have Heldeland with 2. And the dwarfs with 5. I do like how the different player alliances and player coalitions are kind of adopted a different channel each. Like Helson, I don't think has ever left the dwarves. And that guy is in Gelderland, obviously, because it's the Dutch one. In fact, Arabia and the Netherlands are having words at the moment. The 2 large economic powers talking. They are in the war against each other, currently. So I do wonder if there's a deal being hashed out. And I wonder if Arabia is going to call any of their other allies, like Andalusia. Was Portugal in that war? Oh, I can't go into their diplomatic mode. Oh, I can't select them because they're already being played. Let me just double check I'm not actually playing as anyone right now. No, I'm the observer. Good. Who are we missing? Prussia. Oh no, Prussia's here. Yarkand, Japan. Yeah, Yarkand and Japan are kind of important ones right now. Vijay. Is Arabia allied to Andalusia again? I thought the AI broke the alliance last game when they went to war with the Ottomans. I'm not sure. That's something we'll need to double check, because I'm not actually sure what Calico's alliance arrangements are at the moment.
Hey, Mordred, do you know if we're missing anybody from that list? I can't.
Yeah, Yarkand's not here. Vijay's not here.
Vijay was the one that had to leave for the meeting.
Right.
So we're missing Yarkand.
And Japan.
And Japan.
I think everyone else is here. Oh, and Ava. Oh no, Ava's here.
You want me to start it and make it as hot join, or?
Go and yell at them in chat and just see where they are. Because they should be there somewhere. Who's who? Let's bring my list. Yarkand's the empty road. Empty road is in the Knights, and Helson's talking to them right now. And then Japan was Fizz Biscuits, which is in the same chat. So he's talking to them. Hoping for some more Ultimate General Civil War today, but oh well. Sorry, Colinus, this is the multiplayer. It's regularly scheduled. There will be some more Ultimate General next week. for sure.
So, Calico is trying to weasel out of this war.
I thought he might. That definitely was a kind of knee-jerk reaction war.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna ally the Commonwealth in a couple of years. That's what did he think was gonna happen?
Yeah, Calico needs to be less temperamental when it comes to diplomacy. It definitely bites him in the back at times like this.
Yep. So I'm gonna take even more money now.
Bleed him.
I will.
And
right.
Val, I've got to say, I'm very disappointed. I'm still not seeing a Danish Greenland.
Oh no, I'm trying to get to Asia right now.
You promised me Greenland.
I did. That'll be my next colony.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
Val,
Okay.
your ships are going to be at the bottom of the Mediterranean in a minute.
All right.
Them's talking words.
You don't come into my sea, privateer me, and think you get away with it.
Oh,
Definitely
You
fine
could
words.
bully Portugal, but you don't bully
Yeah.
me. Just let you know.
we'll see about that.
We'll see about that. And if the PLC come, I welcome that. Open arm.
All right.
I'm just sitting here with popcorn. Please do go on.
Because I took all the mountain provinces in Anatolia strategically for this reason. That if he were to come over here, he will be fighting in mountains.
All right.
So I hope he doesn't join, but it's fine. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. See you later, guys.
Good luck.
Yep. Yeah. See ya.
It's tough talk for someone within Commonwealth range. Yeah. Especially after Denmark was saying, hey, Calico's trying to get himself out of this one, and then he's like, I'm going to kill everything. That's not how diplomacy usually works. So who are we waiting for? Vijay is the one who left. Yarkan's still not here. Japan is. Oh, I can see their chat. Oh, why can't I have this in the game? That guy singing away. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Oh, this is going to be a hell of a war. I'm looking forward to this one. So is it... There was a third player. It's the Netherlands, Denmark... Portugal? I'm trying to remember who the other player was. Unfortunately, I can't see it from here. I think we're still just waiting on the Yarkand. Ireland is missing. Yep, Ireland is dropped out. Ireland and France are both dropped out. So if anyone wants to join the game, there are two rather large countries who do need players now. Both of those players have confirmed they've dropped out. They are protected for this session, but next week the bloodbath will start. So if you want to get them while they're strong, join sooner rather than later. If you need details for this, go to our Discord, which is someone can do the exclamation mark Discord thing. That would be very helpful. And you'll get the details for it. And like I said, France and Portugal both need players. There are some other large countries around, but I don't think you'll get a better opportunity than that to get one of the major nations for a while. You are more than welcome to join. Oh, the Ottomans, the third one. Although the Ottomans are definitely rather diminished in size, but they're certainly not out. They're just more of a challenge. If you fancy a multiplayer challenge, take the Ottomans. If you just want someone who's strong, take France. You'll be embroiled in a lot of regional conflicts, I can promise you that. And if you want someone who's just really tricky, and also in a couple of conflicts against the Dutch and the Danish for British hegemony, plays Ireland. They have got colonies, they've got a good fleet, so if you like that type of gameplay, then Ireland's the choice. And also, you're on an island. You're difficult to go after. And
All right, Mordred.
Hello.
So, Yarkin's having some issues, so we're going to go ahead and start, and he's going to hot join.
Okay, sounds good. Might join next week, got exam to study for this week. Well, like I said, they are protected until the start of the session next week. So they cannot be attacked by a player nation now, But if you want to get in on those, I would do it earlier rather than later, because you are going to have some diplomacy to do. I'm pretty sure for France especially, there are some hungry players surrounding you. So you'll need to sort out some alliances. Like, I suspect the countries in this area don't want the status quo to change that much, so it's not going to be that difficult a diplomatic thing. But if you join like halfway through the session or later in the session next week, then there will have been a couple of wars and France will be weaker. And you just won't have the time to make those agreements and negotiations that you need to do. Alright, so first thing I want to do is go to the diplomatic map mode so we can see what is going on here. For Arabia, Denmark, Netherlands. Oh, and Japan was the other one. But Japan's definitely going to have their hands busy with Ming, so it's going to be... Oh, Yarkan's not here. So the Netherlands immediately offering a peace deal, which Arabia has accepted. The Netherlands has no wish to fight and lose probably their ships against the Arabians. Arabia has 31 heavies to the Danish 24. That is going to include a couple of French ships, though. Oh, only 6. Oh, and Japanese... Oh, Denmark only has 4 heavies. So the entirety of the Danish Navy are light ships. I mean, that's why he's been doing so much damage with privateering. But when it actually comes to a war, if someone calls that bluff, here comes Portugal. Portugal, of course, wanting to go after Denmark, because Denmark has certainly caused them issues in the past. Although I suspect that Portugal really wants to go after the Dutch, but the Dutch are pieced out, so they've done that in the right order. And now the naval superiority on the Arabian side is overwhelming. We did ask who Arabia's allies are. Let's go and take a look at that real quick, although that may well have changed as the game has gone on. Portugal, Andalusia, Ethiopia, and Vijay. So Vijay is not here, so hasn't been called in. Ethiopia's not here, can't be called in. Andalusia wasn't called. I wonder if they will be. I suspect if the Commonwealth joins, Andalusia will join. And now that Portugal's on their side, there would be a pretty powerful block over here. And
oh my god. Did you see my fleet just, like, leave?
No. I wasn't
okay, well, Calico is absolutely baffled by just the fact that I got my fleet from Alexandria back to my capital in less than a month.
Well, they are light ships, and I suspect you have a good admiral.
Yeah. I have a six maneuver admiral.
Yep, that would do it.
and the flagship that increases speed.
Yep, that would do it.
Yeah. So I just left. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you pulled in Portugal. They pulled in Portugal. How are you feeling about that?
Oh.
You hadn't noticed?
Nope.
Whoops. Well, there's their surprise gone.
Who I was at war with. Yeah. Alright, well, Portugal's probably happy about that. I've pillaged a lot of money from them.
Yes, that was severe. So all of the piracy you've been doing here, Val, coming to bite you. Maybe.
Oh, I mean, I haven't been bitten yet. I'm just at war.
That's true. Yeah, we'll see if they actually come after you. What's the armies looking like? I don't want to talk too much about like the different sizes of the militaries, but...
Well, I'll let you get to it. I'll just, like, you know... I'll go strategize.
Yeah, you may need to now that Portugal's here.
Yeah.
Especially having lost the Dutch. The Dutch would have been your biggest counters to the Portuguese.
The Dutch are slippery.
Yes, I had noticed this. They're kind of your Australian counterpart.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. That guy is in fact Australian, Val.
Yes. Sure.
Okay, so we do have the Danish fleet sitting here off the coast of Portugal. Where's the Portuguese heavy fleet? 33 ships there. The Dutch are sailing around. The Dutch might well be giving them information, I'm not sure. Though that's a transport fleet, so it's doubtful. Portugal's got 30 light ships up there. Denmark's jumping in. Has Portugal noticed? Like 60, including 33 heavies, could do some serious... Yes, they have. So that was in fact a trap. Portugal, go! Go! A 144 versus a 436. The Danish admiral is definitely stronger. The Danes have got an engagement width of 42, so they've got 42 ships fight... Ooh, the Danes are out. They saw that the heavies had arrived and they pulled away, so they sank only 2 ships. So that was a Portuguese victory there early on. Though that apparently did not count as a Portuguese victory. Why did that not appear here? That was weird. But it is now 70 heavies against just 4. 271 lights versus 158. Like, Portugal actually has more light ships than Denmark does. So we need to do a little bit of force comparison. Let's see how the navies match up. I like this. This is a naval war. So we've got the Portuguese with absolutely no modifiers. Do they have any ideas? They have maritime, and they have quality, which means their ships are going to be tougher and with more morale. That's one thing I forgot to check, actually, was the morale difference. Well, we didn't really have a chance. And then Denmark has got naval ideas, which does mean that their heavies will hit harder, but they have no heavies. And they are also superior seamanship, which gives them the global naval engagement. So if Denmark can bring in the bigger fleets like this, and that maneuverability is going to be critical for them. They got the Money Wizard, their early frigate, and they are currently crushing the Portuguese colonial fleets, probably trying to steal ships. I wonder what their ship capture chance is like. Probably fairly high, because they are gaining in ship numbers. They've got Standardized Signal Book, which is Fleet Movement Speed +1. Jolly Roger, Fleet Privateering +25, and then the Trade Route Map, which is every ship adds 1 trade power. So all of these privateer even harder. They are an eclectic bunch, though. Early frigates, barks, caravels. Those ships are quite old. He has not upgraded them. Okay, he has got quite a few early frigates. Are early frigates the most modern? Early frigates are indeed the most modern. And then we have the Portuguese navy. Oh. Andalusia has finally decided to eat Aragon. I was wondering when someone would do that. Portugal's heavy fleet are war galleons and galleons. They have entirely early frigates here. These might be newer ships, though, I'm not sure. So their ships aren't looking too bad. They don't have any combat bonuses. Denmark, 20 on their heavies, 15 on their lights, and 25 on their galleys. So the Danish ships are definitely pound for pound going to hit harder. They have got 84 naval tradition, 4.3 naval morale. Portugal's got the better morale, but less tradition. So the Danish admirals would be better, but the Portuguese morale would be better, and the Danish quality is better. So I would say in a parity time, they would be the same. Mali is not in a player war, it's just a regular war. Mali is currently beating up Mutapa, Busoga, Sakulava, and Libertalia! So Congo is going after these guys at last. Together with Mali. So Mali and Congo allied against them. And how is the war against Ming going? Ming's just eating up Caution, so nothing really happening there. Ming gobbling up Yarkand. Yarkand might well be in trouble. Japan isn't going after Ming's fleet, although I definitely would. That's 40 transports. Like, you want to kill that. And Ming going through Caution is going to be able to get to Manchuria, and they can already go through Korea because Korea is a tributary. And Denmark is distracted. They've not brought in Dai Viet, who was going to be another ally for them. I think that Japan has triggered this war too early, in my opinion. He's been preparing and preparing and preparing, but he needed to prepare a bit longer. The big news, actually, I think, is Andalusia taking Aragon. Portugal is not getting any of it. Maybe. Like, if Andalusia takes this, then I think that's a good move. Completely cut Portugal off. Gobble this up before we have a French player coming in. And they're going to be looking pretty good. Arabia's got their fleets just patrolling the Mediterranean, making sure that nobody gets in. Securing the Arabian trade. This is a blockade ports war goal. So the more of the Danish coast blockaded, the more war score Arabia gets, and vice versa. I mean, ordinarily, having a big trade fleet is fantastic for blockading. Blockades are reliant... They did exactly what I thought they would. Blockades are reliant on the speed of your fleet. They're not trade power, it's not combat ability, it's speed. And light ships, being the quickest, have the most blockade potential. So having a lot of light ships, in fact both sides do have a lot of light ships, so the blockades could go either way. Okay, so Portugal is backed out. Oh, no they haven't, sorry. Portugal's on their side. Who left on Denmark's side? Was that just the Dutch? That was just the Dutch. No, there was another player. Japan's left. So Arabia's managed to piece Japan out. Not surprisingly. Calico does not have a huge amount of money left and is not earning a huge amount. Still making a lot through trade. Army is still ludicrously expensive with half of your outgoings going for mercenaries. Manpower is in a bit of dire straits. There are some rather large Ethiopian stacks around. Not sure what Ethiopia's doing. Oh, Ethiopia is in the war against Denmark. Oh, there they are. Okay. Is Ethiopia really going to march all the way up to Sapmi? That might well be their plan. How many loans does Calico have? I suspect none. There's no real reason for him to have any. Nope, no loans. And Denmark might have some. But again, Denmark's also quite wealthy. None. The Dutch have dropped their maintenance. France has dropped their maintenance. Calico is still just checking that area out. And remember, it is Arabia that needs to get the war score through the blockades. So currently they're losing in terms of war score. We do have the Arabian fleet that has appeared in the Oresund. Do you have fleet basing from someone, or are you taking attrition? You have fleet basing from someone. Otherwise you wouldn't have the supply distance. They're also getting a lot of rebels. Like, I did notice that. The number of troops killed on their side, 44,000 to 0. Calico... sitting here with 35 heavies. I don't know if 35 heavies would be enough against this. Alright, let's take a look at Arabia's fleet quality, seeing as we did check out Portugal's. So Arabia's fleet quality, no ship advantage, relatively low naval tradition for a trading power, and 5.3 morale. That is actually more morale than the Danes have. What was Arabia's ideas? Do they have naval? They don't. They have quality. That's the only one. So their ships will be tougher. They'll have more morale. That's it. Only slightly tougher, +5. Isn't Ethiopia AI right now doing the long march as kind of expected? Yes, it is. I have a soft spot for Andalusia, such a fun country to form play. Noticing a trend lately in multiplayer games that Great Britain usually gets carved up like a turkey. Which I don't understand. Like, in the game when I played as Great Britain, I was just a power broker. Like, nobody dared attack me. And you can make so much money through control of the English Channel that you can just finance anyone who does declare war on you. Just say, hey, if you join me in this war, I'll pay you 100 ducats a month. Bribery is a very real tool for the British. Historically, too. So, how many ships do the Portuguese have here? Oh, that's actually 60 heavies. So yeah, the entire Danish fleet is currently blocked. So what I would do in their instance is blockade their main port, where all of their ships are, and then bring in 30 to 50 light ships. Share the burden between Portugal and Arabia and just blockade everything. Like, the war goal is blockade ports. The more you blockade, the more war score you gain. Denmark is sending peace deals, forced to give money. That's it. I think it's that folks have realised if early gaming can get a small group together, there isn't enough naval dominance early, particularly if you use Scotland as a foil. That's true. I mean, Scotland is definitely something you can use against the English. In this instance, it was that Britain helped Ireland form, and then Ireland backstabbed. So Ireland was a way in, because they'd taken over some of the Scottish territories up here. So in that case, more difficult to avoid. Like, England was up against it. I think they probably could have held out. And even losing the first war, you are then aware England is a big country, it's a wealthy country, it's difficult to take a lot of their provinces, and they're left with the extremely wealthy south, which you can then use to broker further alliances against the enemies of your enemy.